kids. Today we're talking about conflicts. What happens when countries or groups disagree so strongly that it turns into fighting, and why peace is a better alternative. Let's get started. Story 1. Thailand and Cambodia, when borders cause long disagreements. Two neighboring countries in Southeast Asia, Thailand and Cambodia, have had disagreements over parts of their shared border for many years. These disagreements began after colonial times, when borders were drawn on maps. And not everyone agreed where these lines should be, and those disagreements never fully went away. A historian named Sarah Payne uses a term, frozen conflicts, to describe situations like not always fighting, not fully solved, ready to flare up again. And that's why these conflicts are so hard to fix. The good thing is, recently, Thailand and Cambodia agreed on a ceasefire. This means no weapons fired, no troop movement, and no increase in fighting. The conflict hasn't disappeared, but both sides chose to pause and stay calm. So why does this matter? Even short conflicts are expensive. Money could be used for schools, hospitals, roads, jobs, and farming. Instead, it gets used for security, evacuation, and emergency response. A ceasefire helps stop the damage from growing bigger and gives space for talking instead of fighting. Story 2. Bangladesh, when violence isn't contained early. So let's look at Bangladesh now, where there has been growing unrest ahead of the 2026 elections. Recently, there were serious incidences, including the death of a Hindu man in mob violence and a killing of a political youth leader. These events caused fear and anger to spread quickly. Some people began blaming leaders and the interim government, saying it failed to control violence or protect people properly. Others accused the government for being too close to India, which led to anti-Indian feelings among parts of the population. What matters here isn't choosing sides. It's understanding how violence can grow when it isn't stopped early. And why does this matter? When violence isn't contained, one incident leads to another. Rumors spread faster than facts, and fear turns into bigger unrest. And once again, money that could be used for education, development, and improving lives gets directed into security, crowd control, and emergency aid. The takeaway here is when problems aren't handled calmly and fairly, violence can spiral and hurt many people, even those who didn't start it. So, today's stories show us something important. Choosing calm early can stop conflict from growing. Fighting costs money that could help people live better lives. Talking, fairness, and restraint are stronger than anger. The ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia reminds us that pausing violence is always a better first step than continuing it. Imagine how much more countries could build if fewer resources were spent on fighting and more on helping people. And that's your news for today. Remember, be kind, be curious, and let your brain shine.